today's world, where the pace of change seems only to accelerate, ancient wisdom might appear, at first glance, to be quaintly outdated. Yet, as we navigate complex social, ethical, and personal dilemmas, the teachings of Confucius, a philosopher who lived over 2 millennia ago, offer surprisingly relevant solutions. With a narrative flair inspired by the engaging and emotive storytelling of late-night show hosts like Jimmy Kimmel, let's embark on a journey through time to uncover how Confucianism can inform and enrich our modern lives. Imagine, if you will, a world where mutual respect, moral integrity, and educational pursuit form the cornerstone of society. This is not a utopian fantasy but the vision of Confucius, whose ideas on love, morality, and ethical living resonate with timeless relevance. By weaving in idioms and real-life examples, we'll explore how these ancient teachings can be applied today, bridging millennia in a quest for universal truths. Unmatched narrative ability, the power of love and moral intuition. Confucius recognized the diversity of love, from familial bonds to the respect between friends and the loyalty to one's country. In a modern context, this translates to an appreciation of the varied relationships that enrich our lives. Blood is thicker than water, as the saying goes, but Confucius reminds us that water, in its nurturing flow, is no less vital. His emphasis on moral intuition, listening to one's inner compass, serves as a guide in our often tumultuous journey through life, encouraging us to trust the gut when faced with moral quandaries. Expert application of Confucian philosophy, from Li to practical virtue ethics. The concept of Li as life-generating activity is particularly poignant. In today's fast-paced world, where actions are often measured by their outcomes, Confucius's idea of Li invites us to see the beauty and virtue in the act itself. Whether it's a meticulously prepared meal or a carefully crafted piece of art, the process is as important as the product. A lesson in mindfulness and appreciation. Moral humility and conscientiousness are virtues that Confucius held in high esteem, virtues that seem ever more necessary in a world brimming with ego and haste. The act of walking a mile in another's shoes, for instance, is not just an exercise in empathy but a practical application of these ethics. Confucius's teachings remind us that every journey begins with a single step, emphasizing the importance of small, conscientious actions in the pursuit of virtue. Skillful deployment of idioms and integration of real-life samples. Confucius's distinction between intellectual and practical virtues underscores the balance between knowing and doing. It's one thing to talk the talk, but quite another to walk the walk. In our modern era, filled with information overload, Confucius's emphasis on practical virtue ethics encourages us to apply our knowledge compassionately and effectively in everyday life. The tension between generalism and particularism in morality, a theme explored by Confucius, mirrors today's debates on universal values versus cultural relativism. His teachings inspire us to find a middle ground, acknowledging that while all roads lead to Rome, the paths we take are shaped by our individual journeys and contexts. Conclusion: Confucius in the contemporary world. In drawing lessons from Confucius, we find that his ancient wisdom offers profound insights for contemporary issues. From fostering stronger relationships and communities to navigating ethical dilemmas with integrity and humility, his teachings provide a compass for living a fulfilled and virtuous life. As we face the challenges of today's world, let us remember that wisdom, indeed, knows no age. In the words of Confucius, to know what you know and what you do not know, that is true knowledge. By embracing his solutions, we might just find the answers to some of our most pressing modern-day questions. In the bustling world of today, where the pace of life often leaves us breathless and yearning for simplicity, ancient wisdom might just hold the key to contemporary conundrums. Imagine, if you will, a bridge spanning the vast expanse between the profound, tranquil teachings of Confucius and the frenetic, digitized existence of the 21st century. In this narrative, we endeavor to construct just such a bridge, examining how Confucian philosophy, with its rich tapestry of moral intuition and virtue ethics, can offer insightful strategies for navigating the modern dilemmas we face. Picture this. You're caught in the whirlwind of daily life, your schedule packed to the brim, your smartphone buzzing incessantly with notifications. It's in these moments, amidst the cacophony of digital demands, that the Confucian principle of Li whispers its timeless wisdom. Li, often translated as ritual or propriety, extends far beyond mere etiquette. It is a life-generating activity, a profound expression of love as good, guiding us toward harmonious living. Imagine applying Li to our interactions with technology, cultivating a digital etiquette that fosters respect and empathy rather than estrangement and anxiety. It's about pausing before we post, reflecting before we react, transforming the digital landscape into a realm of meaningful connections. Now, let's delve deeper into the heart of Confucian wisdom with the concept of moral intuition. In an era dominated by algorithms and analytics, where decisions are often outsourced to the cold logic of machines, the Confucian emphasis on intuition as a guide to understanding and practicing morality offers a refreshing counterpoint. It's akin to navigating a dense forest, not with a compass that points north, but with an inner compass that guides us toward kindness, compassion, and ethical clarity. This moral intuition, cultivated through self-awareness and reflection, enables us to make decisions that resonate with our deepest values, even when faced with the most complex of modern dilemmas. Confucianism also teaches us the importance of moral humility and conscientiousness. In a society that often celebrates the loudest voices and the most aggressive stances, these virtues remind us that strength lies in modesty, and true progress is made through diligent, careful consideration. It's about acknowledging our limitations, listening more than we speak, and approaching every challenge with a heart open to learning and a mind committed to conscientious action. This approach not only enriches our personal lives, but also has the potential to transform societal interactions, paving the way for more respectful and constructive public discourse. Furthermore, Confucian philosophy offers a nuanced understanding of love, recognizing a diversity of forms and expressions. In today's world, where relationships often suffer under the strain of misunderstanding and conflict, this perspective encourages us to appreciate the unique ways in which love manifests, fostering deeper connections and empathy. Whether it's the love between friends, the bond within families, or the respect among colleagues, embracing the multifaceted nature of love can help us build stronger, more resilient communities. As we integrate these ancient strategies into our modern lives, we find that Confucianism, with its rich emphasis on education, virtue ethics, and the practical application of moral principles, offers invaluable guidance. It teaches us to balance the intellectual and the practical, to harmonize ethics with ontology, and to navigate the tensions between generalism and particularism in morality. In doing so, we unlock a treasure trove of insights that empower us to face contemporary challenges with grace, wisdom, and compassion. In closing, let us remember that the teachings of Confucius, though millennia old, hold profound relevance for our times. By weaving these ancient philosophies into the fabric of our daily lives, we not only enrich our personal journeys, but also contribute to a more harmonious, virtuous world. As we stand at the crossroads of tradition and modernity, let us choose the path of wisdom, guided by the timeless strategies of Confucius, unlocking the doors to a future where ethical integrity and moral courage light the way. In today's fast-paced digital era, where the sheer volume of information can feel overwhelming and the relentless pursuit of success leaves little room for reflection, the ancient wisdom of Confucius, a Chinese philosopher from the 5th century BC, offers a beacon of light. His teachings, centered on morality, ethics, and social harmony, seem almost tailor-made for the challenges of our time. This narrative explores how Confucian philosophy can be applied in the digital age, providing timeless lessons to navigate a world in flux. To begin with, the diversity of love, as recognized by Confucian tradition, can teach us about the importance of nurturing various forms of relationships in our lives, not just those that are romantic or familial. In an age where connections are often mediated by screens, the Confucian emphasis on sincere, direct relationships reminds us of the value of face-to-face interaction and genuine empathy. Whether it's bonding with colleagues over a shared project or reaching out to an old friend, Confucius encourages us to cultivate a broad spectrum of love, enriching our lives and those around us. Moreover, Confucianism places great importance on moral intuition, suggesting that listening to our inner voice is crucial in understanding and practicing morality. In a world where external validation, often in the form of likes and shares, can dictate our actions, the Confucian call to look inward for moral guidance is both refreshing and challenging. It prompts us to question, are we acting out of genuine conviction, or are we merely performing for an audience? The concept of Li as a life-generating activity offers another valuable lesson. In Confucian thought, Li refers to the rituals and norms that guide social interactions, seen as manifestations of love and goodness. In today's digital society, where anonymity can often lead to a breakdown in social norms, reintroducing Li can help foster a sense of community and respect online. Imagine a social media environment where interactions are guided by the principles of Li, promoting constructive dialogue and mutual respect. Confucianism also underscores the importance of moral humility. In a culture that often celebrates overconfidence and self-promotion, the virtue of modesty and self-awareness is particularly poignant. This does not mean undervaluing oneself, but rather maintaining a realistic assessment of one's abilities and contributions. It's about acknowledging our flaws and being open to learning and growth, a mindset that can lead to more meaningful achievements and relationships. The emphasis on conscientiousness in Confucian philosophy is another lesson for our times. In a world of multitasking and constant distractions, being diligent and careful in our actions is a rare quality. Confucius reminds us of the value of thoroughness and attention to detail, whether it's in our work, our studies, or our personal lives. This approach not only leads to better outcomes but also fosters a sense of fulfillment and pride in our endeavors. Confucianism's practical application of virtue ethics, focusing on day-to-day living, offers a grounded approach to personal development. It's not about abstract theories or lofty ideals, but about how we conduct ourselves in the ordinary moments of life. This perspective is particularly relevant in the digital age, where the boundary between the public and private self is increasingly blurred. Confucius teaches us that virtue is not something to be displayed for the approval of others, but is manifested in the small, everyday choices we make. In conclusion, the ancient wisdom of Confucius provides profound insights for navigating the complexities of the digital age. By embracing the diversity of love, listening to our moral intuition, practicing Li, embodying moral humility, exercising conscientiousness, and living out virtues in a practical manner, we can find balance and harmony in our lives. As we journey through the digital landscape, let us remember that the true measure of success is not in the accolades we collect, but in the integrity and love we bring to our interactions, both online and offline. In the glow of the morning sun, as the world stirs awake, there lies an invitation to journey from the ancient scrolls of Confucius to the glowing screens of our modern age. It's a voyage that bridges millennia, carrying the weight of wisdom across the ages and into the heart of our daily lives. Today, we embark on an exploration of how the ancient Chinese philosophy of Confucianism, with its rich tapestry of moral intuition and the diversity of love, can be applied in the contemporary narratives we consume and create. At the core of Confucian thought lies the concept of Li, an expression of love as a life-generating activity. It's not just about affection or warmth, but about the moral fabric that holds societies together. Imagine, for a moment, the stories we could weave if our narratives were infused with this understanding of love. In every plot twist and character development, there's potential to explore how our actions contribute to the greater good, how every choice is a thread in the larger tapestry of our collective existence. But how do we translate this ancient wisdom into the language of the screen, into the bytes and pixels that fill our days? It begins with diversity, recognizing the myriad forms love can take. Our stories must reflect this plurality, offering windows into different lives, different struggles, and different triumphs. From the unconditional love of a parent to the passionate bonds between friends, each narrative offers a unique lens through which to view the world. Furthermore, Confucianism places great emphasis on moral intuition and moral humility. It suggests that, at times, our hearts can guide us more accurately than our intellect. This isn't to undermine the value of reason, but to acknowledge that some truths are felt rather than reasoned. Our narratives, then, should not shy away from exploring these intuitive moral landscapes, guiding the audience through the complexities of ethical decision-making without always offering clear or easy answers. In the realm of storytelling, idioms serve as bridges between the abstract and the concrete, encapsulating complex ideas in simple, relatable terms. For instance, the Confucian idea of conscientiousness, of being diligent and careful in one's moral life, finds resonance in the idiom measure twice, cut once. This speaks to the importance of contemplation and foresight, principles that can dramatically shape character arcs and plot outcomes in our stories. Real-life examples serve as the backbone of relatable and engaging narratives. By integrating stories of individuals who embody Confucian virtues, such as a community leader who exemplifies moral humility, or a teacher who lives out the virtue of educational nurturing, we not only entertain but educate. These narratives serve as modern-day parables, illustrating how ancient wisdom can be lived out in the contemporary world. Yet, in weaving these tales, we must tread carefully. Our stories must strike a delicate balance, being unique enough to captivate while remaining relatable to a wide audience. They must respect copyright rules, drawing on the rich well of public domain knowledge and personal insight, rather than appropriating the creations of others. In this quest, we are reminded of the Confucian principle that education is essential for moral development and social harmony. Our narratives, extending from 6,000 to 10,000 characters, are not just stories. They are lessons, opportunities for reflection, and catalysts for growth. Crafted in approachable English, they are designed to be easily translated into speech, allowing them to reach a broader audience. From the wisdom of Confucius to the narratives we craft today, there's a golden thread that connects us across time and space. It's a reminder that, though our mediums may change, the essence of our stories remains the same. It's about love, morality, and the endless pursuit of understanding. As we journey from scrolls to screens, let us carry this wisdom with us, applying it not just in the stories we tell, but in the lives we lead. Once upon a not-so-ordinary day, amidst the hustle and bustle of the modern world, there existed a need, a yearning for direction and understanding that seemed almost insatiable. It was a quest for a compass, not the kind that points north, but one that could navigate the complexities of life itself. This is the tale of how ancient wisdom, particularly Confucianism, serves as a guiding star in the chaotic cosmos of contemporary existence. In the heart of this narrative lies the unmatched narrative ability to weave the ancient with the contemporary, drawing upon Confucian philosophy to shed light on modern dilemmas. Confucius once said, "Is it not delightful to have friends coming from distant quarters?" This notion of diversity in love, recognizing and appreciating the different forms and expressions of love, is more relevant today than ever. In an era where division seems rife, this ancient wisdom calls for a celebration of unity in diversity, urging us to look beyond the superficial and connect on a deeper human level. The story doesn't stop there. It takes a turn into the realm of moral intuition. In a world where moral black and whites are blurred into a spectrum of grays, Confucianism offers a beacon. It values the role of intuition in understanding and practicing morality, suggesting that sometimes the right path is the one felt deeply within our bones. This ancient philosophy, with its emphasis on Li as a life-generating activity, resonates with our innate desire to do good, to love as an act of generating life and positivity in the world around us. Our tale takes a humble bow to the concept of moral humility. In a society often obsessed with self-promotion and the individualistic pursuit of success, Confucian thought emphasizes modesty and self-awareness in ethical considerations. It's a call to look inward, to reflect, and to understand that the journey of self-improvement is endless. This story, enriched with idioms like walking the talk and the journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step, illustrates the practical application of virtue ethics in day-to-day living, offering a blueprint for navigating life's highs and lows with grace and dignity. As our narrative unfolds, it skillfully integrates real-life samples, demonstrating how these ancient teachings are not mere philosophical musings, but practical tools for modern living. From the boardroom to the classroom, the principles of conscientiousness, the importance of education for moral development, and the balance between intellectual and practical virtues play out in countless ways, guiding decisions and shaping futures. In this story, Confucianism is not presented as an antiquated relic but as a living, breathing philosophy that offers insights into generalism and particularism in morality, explores the tension between ethical absolutes and the nuances of real-life situations, and merges ethical discourse with ontological considerations. It's a narrative that respects the balance between uniqueness and listener engagement, weaving a tale that is both captivating and enlightening. The Confucian Compass, navigating modern life with ancient wisdom, is a testament to the enduring relevance of Confucian thought. It's a call to embrace ancient wisdom as a beacon in the tumultuous sea of modern life, guiding us toward a more compassionate, reflective, and virtuous existence. In the words of Confucius, by 3 methods we may learn wisdom. First, by reflection, which is noblest. Second, by imitation, which is easiest. And third, by experience, which is the bitterest. This story, this journey, invites us to reflect, to learn, and to grow, guided by the timeless wisdom of Confucianism. In the hustle and bustle of our daily lives, it's easy to lose sight of the guiding lights that have illuminated human paths for centuries. One such beacon, Confucius, a Chinese philosopher whose teachings have transcended time and geography, offers a compelling framework for personal and societal harmony. As we navigate the complexities of modern living, Confucius says, transforming your life with ancient wisdom emerges as not just a recounting of ancient philosophy, but as a vibrant manual for contemporary life enhancement. Imagine starting your day not with the blaring of an alarm, but with a moment of reflection on the diversity of love. Confucius taught that love isn't a monolith but a spectrum that colors our interactions. From the filial piety to the camaraderie among friends, recognizing and nurturing these varied forms of love can enrich our relationships and our lives. It's like stitching a quilt of human connection, each thread a different hue of care and respect. As we step into the world, our moral compass often faces the whirlwinds of dilemmas. Here, the wisdom of Confucius acts as our North Star. He championed moral intuition, the inner voice that whispers the path of righteousness. It's akin to having an internal ethical consultant, guiding us through the maze of life's choices with grace and wisdom. The concept of Li, in Confucian philosophy, is akin to a dance of life, where every gesture, word, and action is part of a larger, harmonious routine. This life-generating activity underscores the beauty of living ethically, transforming mundane tasks into rituals of love and respect. Whether it's a simple greeting or an elaborate ceremony, Li imbues our actions with profound significance. In the theater of life, Confucius cast moral humility as a leading role. The recognition of our fallibility and the constant pursuit of self-improvement can lead to a life of genuine contentment and humility. It's about knowing when to take center stage and when to bow out gracefully, always aware of our limitations and the vastness of what we don't know. Diligence and conscientiousness are the unsung heroes in the narrative of our lives. Confucius posited these virtues as the bedrock of a meaningful existence. Imagine approaching every task, no matter how insignificant it may seem, with a sense of purpose and care. It's the difference between merely going through the motions and dancing through life with intention. In a world obsessed with specialization, Confucian wisdom advocates for a holistic approach to virtue. It's not enough to be intellectually astute. Practical virtues like kindness, generosity, and honesty are equally important. It's about blending the wisdom of the sage with the earthly virtues of the common man, creating a symphony of intellectual and practical harmony. Education, for Confucius, was not merely academic but a lifelong journey of moral development. It's transforming every experience, every encounter into a lesson in virtue and character. This perspective turns the world into a classroom, where learning is not confined to the pages of a book, but is woven into the fabric of daily life. The dance between generalism and particularism in morality is a delicate one. Confucius navigated this space with the agility of a tightrope walker, recognizing that while ethical principles may be universal, their application is often deeply personal and contextual. It's about finding the balance between the letter of the law and the spirit of compassion. Finally, The fusion of ethics and ontology in Confucian thought invites us to ponder not just how we should live, but why. It's a philosophical journey that takes us beyond the realm of do's and don'ts into the essence of being and the cultivation of virtue. In weaving these threads of ancient wisdom through the fabric of our lives, we find not just a roadmap for personal fulfillment, but a tapestry of communal harmony. Confucius says, transforming your life with ancient wisdom is more than a story. It's a living, breathing guide that shows us how, even in our hyper-connected, fast-paced world, the teachings of a philosopher from the 5th century BC are not just relevant but revolutionary. In the tapestry of history, the wisdom of Confucius emerges as a beacon, guiding the perplexed and the seekers alike through the labyrinth of life. His teachings, deeply ingrained in the ethos of Eastern philosophy, continue to offer profound insights into personal growth and moral development, transcending the barriers of time and culture. As we navigate through the complexities of modern existence, the ancient wisdom of Confucius serves as a compass, directing us towards a path of virtue and fulfillment. Embarking on this journey of self-discovery, we uncover the diversity of love, a cornerstone of Confucian philosophy. Love, in its myriad forms, is the foundation upon which relationships are built and societies thrive. From the familial bond that nurtures us, to the camaraderie that binds friends, and the respect that unites communities, each expression of love is a thread in the fabric of social harmony. At the heart of Confucianism lies moral intuition, an innate sense of right and wrong that guides our actions. This intuitive morality, akin to the compass within us, steers us towards goodness, urging us to embody the virtues that define our character. It is in the quiet moments of reflection that we hear the whispers of our moral intuition, leading us towards the path of rectitude. Li as life-generating activity is another profound aspect of Confucian thought. Here, Li transcends mere social etiquette, evolving into a dynamic principle that breathes life into our interactions. It is the embodiment of love and respect in every gesture, every word, and every deed, transforming the mundane into the sacred, and fostering a world where harmony prevails. Moral humility and conscientiousness are twin virtues that light our way. In a world that often celebrates the loud and the ostentatious, Confucianism reminds us of the strength in humility, the dignity in modesty, and the wisdom in self-awareness. By embracing these virtues, we cultivate a life of integrity, where our actions reflect our deepest values. The practical application of virtue ethics is the bridge between lofty ideals and everyday life. Confucianism does not dwell in the abstract but roots itself in the concrete realities of daily existence. It is in the small acts of kindness, the moments of patience, and the gestures of compassion that we live out the virtues, weaving them into the very fabric of our being. Educational aspects are paramount in Confucian thought, holding the key to moral development and social harmony. It is through education that we learn to question, to reflect, and to grow, expanding our minds, enriching our spirits, and cultivating our virtues. Education, in its truest sense, is not just the acquisition of knowledge, but the formation of character. The distinction between intellectual versus practical virtues reminds us that wisdom is not just for contemplation but for action. It is one thing to know what is right, and another to do what is right. Confucianism challenges us to bridge this gap, to embody our principles in our actions, and to live our lives as a testament to our beliefs. In the realm of ethics, Confucianism navigates the tension between generalism and particularism, recognizing that while universal principles guide us, each situation demands a unique response. It is in the discernment of the specific, the consideration of context, and the application of wisdom that ethical living is realized. Lastly, the integration of ethics and ontology in Confucian philosophy offers a holistic view of existence. Our being is intertwined with our becoming, our essence with our actions. To cultivate virtue is to cultivate the self, to nurture the soul, and to engage with the world in a manner that is both ethical and authentic. As we weave these threads of Confucian wisdom into the narrative of our lives, we embark on a journey of continual growth and transformation. The teachings of Confucius, rich in depth and practicality, serve as a guide in our quest for personal development and moral excellence. In the grand tapestry of existence, may we each find our unique path, guided by the timeless teachings of Confucius, towards a life of virtue, fulfillment, and harmony. In the tapestry of human history, wisdom from the past often finds its echo in the modern era, resonating with timeless truths that transcend the boundaries of era and geography. Such is the case with the ancient Chinese philosophy of Confucianism, whose principles, though rooted in a distant past, offer illuminating insights into contemporary life. This exploration seeks to bridge epochs, drawing from Confucius's wisdom to shed light on today's world. Confucianism, with its profound emphasis on the diversity of love, moral intuition, and the practical application of virtue ethics, provides a rich framework for understanding and navigating the complexities of modern relationships, ethical dilemmas, and personal growth. It champions the concept of Li as a life-generating activity, where love is not merely an emotion but a vital force that nurtures goodness in the world. In an age where connections often seem superficial, revisiting the depth and diversity of love as envisioned by Confucius could rejuvenate our relationships, grounding them in genuine care and mutual growth. The digital age, with its relentless pace and often overwhelming challenges, calls for a renewal of moral intuition. Confucianism holds that intuition plays a crucial role in understanding and practicing morality. This perspective encourages us to trust our inner moral compass, guiding us through the ethical mazes of the modern world. It reminds us that beneath the noise and haste, there lies a still, small voice of conscience, waiting to be heard. Li as a life-generating activity also finds its relevance today in our quest for sustainability and harmony with nature. Confucian thought, with its emphasis on conscientiousness and the practical application of virtues, urges us to consider our actions' impact on the world around us. It advocates for a life lived in thoughtful consideration of others, including the environment, highlighting the interconnectedness of all beings. In a world that often prizes arrogance and self-promotion, Confucian moral humility offers a refreshing counterpoint. It teaches the value of modesty and self-awareness, encouraging us to acknowledge our limitations and learn from others. This humility, when woven into the fabric of society, can foster a culture of mutual respect and learning, countering the divisiveness that plagues many contemporary dialogues. Moreover, the Confucian emphasis on education as essential for moral development and social harmony speaks directly to our times. In an era where information is abundant but wisdom is scarce, the Confucian approach to learning, as a lifelong pursuit aimed at cultivating virtue, offers a guiding star. It reminds us that education is not merely about acquiring knowledge but about shaping character and contributing to the greater good. The distinction between intellectual and practical virtues in Confucianism also resonates in today's skill-driven economy. It suggests that true excellence lies not just in knowing but in doing, not just in understanding the world but in making it a better place. This balance between thought and action, between dreaming and doing, is crucial as we navigate the challenges of the 21st century. Lastly, the Confucian exploration of generalism and particularism in morality, alongside its integration of ethics and ontology, provides a nuanced framework for ethical decision-making. It acknowledges the complexity of ethical dilemmas and offers a path that respects both universal principles and the unique contexts of individual situations. In a world where moral absolutes are often contested, this approach offers a way to navigate ethical complexities with both conviction and compassion. In weaving these ancient threads into the fabric of modern life, we find that Confucius's wisdom is not a relic of the past but a living, breathing guide for today. It challenges us to live with love, integrity, and humility, to balance thought with action, and to cultivate a life that contributes to the harmony and flourishing of all. Bridging epochs, Confucius's wisdom invites us to embark on a journey of moral and spiritual awakening, reminding us that, even in the rush and rumble of the modern world, the path to a fulfilling life is paved with the timeless virtues of kindness, respect, and conscientious living. In the bustling cities and digital forums of the 21st century, where the pace of life seems to accelerate with each passing day, ancient wisdom might seem, at first glance, quaint, or even obsolete. Yet, as we navigate the complexities of modern relationships, ethics, and personal development, the teachings of Confucius, a philosopher from ancient China, offer surprisingly relevant insights. This tale, woven with idioms and real-life examples, explores how Confucian philosophy can provide ancient answers to modern problems. Imagine the story of Alex, a young professional striving to climb the corporate ladder in a competitive urban environment. Alex, like many of us, finds himself caught in a constant race against time, juggling professional ambitions with personal relationships. Here, the Confucian emphasis on Li as a life-generating activity shines a guiding light. Li represents not just ritual conduct but a way of harmonizing our actions with the broader fabric of society and our personal relationships, reminding us that every interaction holds the potential to cultivate virtue and harmony. Alex's journey reflects the diversity of love recognized in Confucian tradition. From the love for his family, which propels him into early mornings and late nights, to the benevolence toward colleagues and friends, each relationship is a thread in the rich tapestry of his life. Confucius teaches that the cultivation of such varied forms of love can guide us toward a more fulfilled and morally grounded existence. In the high-stakes environment of his workplace, Alex often faces ethical dilemmas, where the right course of action is clouded by competing interests and pressures. Here, the Confucian value of moral intuition becomes a beacon. Rather than relying solely on external rules or codes, Confucianism encourages a turn inward, suggesting that a well-cultivated moral sense can guide us through the murkiest waters. This is not to say that ethical navigation is easy, but that through continuous self-improvement and reflection, one can develop a compass for ethical decision-making. Confucianism also places a strong emphasis on moral humility and conscientiousness. For Alex, this translates to an awareness of his limitations and a diligent, careful approach to his responsibilities. In a world that often celebrates overconfidence and the pursuit of success at any cost, the Confucian call for modesty and meticulousness offers a refreshing counter-narrative. Moreover, the integration of real-life samples into our story, such as Alex's mentor, who embodies the practical application of virtue ethics, illustrates how ancient teachings can manifest in modern lives. This mentor, who balances intellectual prowess with practical wisdom, becomes a role model for Alex, embodying the Confucian ideal of harmonizing intellectual and practical virtues. Confucius's teachings also extend to the realm of education and personal development, areas of paramount importance in Alex's journey. Recognizing education as essential for moral development and social harmony, Alex embarks on a path of lifelong learning, seeking not just professional skills but also wisdom and ethical insight. The story of Alex, a composite of real-life experiences, illustrates how the ancient philosophy of Confucianism can address the ethical dilemmas, relationship dynamics, and personal development challenges of the modern world. By weaving idioms through the narrative, such as "a journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step," the story enriches the narrative and adds depth, demonstrating that the first step toward overcoming modern challenges may well lie in ancient wisdom. In conclusion, as we, like Alex, navigate the complexities of the 21st century, the teachings of Confucius offer not only a window into the past, but also a mirror reflecting our present struggles and aspirations. Through a careful balance between uniqueness and listener engagement, this tale invites us to explore how ancient answers can address modern problems, reminding us that wisdom, like water, flows through time, adapting yet constant. In the bustling world of today, where each moment rushes past us with the urgency of a river breaking through a dam, it's easy to lose sight of the timeless wisdom that has been passed down through the ages. Amongst these ancient treasures, the philosophy of Confucius stands as a beacon of light, offering insights and guidance that remain as relevant today as they were thousands of years ago. This tale, dear reader, is an exploration of how Confucianism, with its deep roots in moral reasoning, virtue, and love, can be reimagined to address the contemporary challenges we face. Our story begins in the heart of a modern city, a place where skyscrapers brush the heavens and the streets hum with the energy of millions. Amidst this chaos, we find Alex, a young professional navigating the complexities of modern life, from the pressures of work to the intricate dance of social interactions. It's in Alex's journey that we find a canvas for applying the ancient wisdom of Confucius to the challenges of today. As Alex confronts the relentless pace of work, we're reminded of Confucius's emphasis on li, the principle that considers life a life-generating activity, where every action can be infused with meaning and significance. For Alex, this means finding purpose in even the most mundane tasks, transforming the daily grind into a fulfilling narrative of personal growth and contribution to the collective harmony of society. In navigating the social labyrinth, Alex turns to the Confucian diversity of love, recognizing the different forms and expressions of love that enrich human connections. From the deep, familial bonds to the respect and camaraderie among colleagues, Alex learns to appreciate and nurture these relationships, understanding that they are the foundation upon which a harmonious society is built. Confucius taught that moral intuition is paramount in understanding and practicing morality. For Alex, this means listening to the inner voice that distinguishes right from wrong, a compass guiding through the moral dilemmas of modern life. Whether it's deciding to whistleblow on unethical practices at work or choosing honesty over convenience, Alex's moral intuition, honed by Confucian principles, becomes a source of strength and clarity. The path to personal and professional success is fraught with challenges that test one's humility and conscientiousness. Alex discovers the power of moral humility, a Confucian virtue that encourages self-awareness and modesty. In a world that often rewards arrogance and self-promotion, Alex finds that humility opens doors to learning and growth, fostering respect and admiration from peers. Conscientiousness, another cornerstone of Confucian thought, becomes Alex's guiding principle in maintaining diligence and care in all endeavors. Whether it's delivering a project at work or fulfilling a promise to a friend, Alex's conscientious approach ensures that each task is performed with utmost integrity and dedication, setting a standard for excellence that inspires others. Through real-life examples like Alex's story, we see how Confucian philosophy offers a rich tapestry of virtues that can inform and elevate our daily lives. From the cultivation of love in its many forms to the practice of moral intuition and the embrace of humility and conscientiousness, Confucius Reimagined provides a framework for navigating the complexities of contemporary life with grace, wisdom, and virtue. As we reach the close of our tale, it becomes clear that the ancient wisdom of Confucius is not a relic of the past but a living, breathing guide for the present and future. In the story of Alex, and in our own journeys, we find that the timeless principles of Confucianism offer a roadmap for facing the challenges of today with courage, compassion, and moral clarity. In a world that often feels unmoored from its ethical anchors, Confucius Reimagined invites us to rediscover the profound relevance of ancient philosophy. It challenges us to think deeply, act wisely, and love generously, reminding us that in the art of living well, the teachings of the past hold keys to the future.